Hello, and welcome to Summer Springboard's form tutorial for 2024. Today, we will be reviewing the steps to fill out the necessary documents for program this summer. In this video, we will be reviewing the following forms: SSB Waiver, Emergency Contact Form, Student Authorization Form and Self-Checkout, Insurance Card Upload of the front and back, and the Immunization Upload. There is a possibility there are other forms in your portal. This is because some campuses, such as Duke and Yale, require more forms for program. We will review the additional forms at the end of our general forms portion. By the end of this video, you should be able to upload all the documents required for program and have them submitted for review for our admissions team. Let's go ahead and get started signing into our portal. In order to fill out these forms, we must first access our portal. We can do so by going to Summer Springboard's home page and selecting the Log In button in the upper right-hand corner. Go ahead and select it, and we'll be brought to a new page. You may be brought to this page, but not to worry, because you already created an account when you applied for the program. Just select Login. Here we're going to go ahead and log in using the email and password that you used to create your account. You may use your student email or parent email in this login. Input your password and select Summer Springboard. Then you're going to select Continue. If you don't remember your password, select Forget Password and allow a few minutes for the reset link to be sent to your email. After filling in the correct information, you will be brought to your dashboard. And here we can see a full list of the items that your student is enrolled in. If your student is signed up for additional items, such as our airport transfer service, or if the student's program has a program supplement fee, you will see that listed here. If you are signed up for additional items but do not see them listed here, please contact your campus admissions officer and we will be able to adjust it for you. As we move down the page, we can see forms listed here. In this example, we will be working with a student signed up for our program at Yale. As I mentioned before, Yale is one of the programs that requires additional forms. If you see less forms in your portal, it just means there are less forms for you to fill out for the program. Let's go ahead and begin with the SSB waiver. We're going to go ahead and find the task name and select Edit so that we can be brought to the waiver signature page. We can see on this page that the waiver has not yet been signed by the parent or the student. We're going to go ahead and request the signature. Once the signature has been requested, we can see here that we are now awaiting the signature for the student and the parent. This can be accessed through the email that you had used to sign up the student and the email that you had used for the parents. Go ahead and access your personal email to fill out this portion of the form. Once you see that this is completed, you'll go ahead and be able to see when it was signed and the status of the signature. This will be able to help us as admissions team to be able to review the form directly. Let's go ahead and head back to our dashboard so we can start filling out some more of the forms. We're going to go ahead and scroll down to the student authorization form and self-checkout. Go ahead and select Edit, and we'll be able to access the new web page. Here we're going to go fill out the necessary steps. We're going to click on the provided link below to access the different form in a new window. We're going to fill out the form thoroughly and submit it there. After submitting, we will return back to this page and click Submit. Once reviewed, our admission team will mark this as completed. Let's go ahead and click here to access the form. We're going to go ahead and fill out our information as we see it here listed. When selecting the student type, go ahead and click it and select either the residential or commuter. If you're not sure which one your student has signed up for, you can go ahead and head back to the dashboard to see that information. For this example, we have selected a residential student, but we will review both options. For our residential, on the last day of the program, do you allow your student to check themselves out or require a parent or pre-approved person to pick them up? I agree to allow the student named above to do a self-checkout. Here you're allowing your student to be checked out by one of the staff members on our campus and allowing them to leave the campus and get home on their own accord. I do not agree to a self-checkout for my student. This just means that you are requiring that a parent or pre-approved person is with your student upon checkout. You just have to physically meet with one of our staff members so that we can document that your student has been successfully checked out. Now let's go ahead and look at the commuter options. Very similar to the residential, but differently timed. Commuter students are required to check out with a staff member at the end of each day. Do you allow your student to check themselves out or require a parent or pre-approved person present? Again, if you allow your student to do a self-checkout, they just need to meet with a staff member, letting them know that they are leaving for the day. If we do not agree to a self-checkout, this just requires that a parent or pre-approved person is physically present so that our staff members know that the student is being taken off campus with a pre-approved person or parent. In our example, our Yale student is going to be residential. And to fill out the rest of the form, for an example, let's go ahead and select that we do not agree to a self-checkout for the students. We're going to go ahead and document any authorized people that we give permission to pick up our student who is not the parent and not the guardian of the student directly. Please note that those who are on the authorization form and are not the parent or guardian will require a photo ID upon checkout. Now that we filled out our authorization persons, it's good to note that your child will not be released to anyone who is not authorized. Authorization will be determined based on this form submitted by the parent. It is the parent's responsibility to keep this information correct. So, we highly encourage those to review the information directly here before they select submit. Because all the information was input correctly, we will go ahead and submit this. We will then be brought to this page. Here we can go ahead and review once more just to make sure that everything is correct. Once we reviewed that all the information is exactly how we input it before, we can go ahead and sign our paper. If we do see something that needs correction, go ahead and select Make a Correction here, and it will go ahead and take us back to our previous page. A link in the verification email was sent to the email address that you had entered at the top here. If you do not have access to the student's email, you can also simply click this box and we can type our name to sign. We have now completed this portion of the signature page and we can submit our signed response. If for any reason that you receive this error message at the top of your page once you select submit, it just means that we require the verification that was sent to the email instead of selecting the box for signature. This can happen sometimes, but not always. Once you are able to access the verification that was sent to your email and you are able to select the URL, you will go ahead and be brought to this page. Here, we have now determined that you have been verified and we were able to accept your signature. If you would like to keep your record of your e-signature, go ahead and select this option that will give you this entire screenshot of the signature process. It may be helpful to keep this document for records, so just saving it as a PDF to your computer could be a great way to keep record of it. Now that we know that everything has been signed, we must go ahead and finish our step 3 of the process by going back to our portal and submitting it. Now that we have saved the PDF information and we were able to see that we have correctly signed the document, we must go ahead and select Submit. If you do not select Submit in this option, we will not know that this information has been linked to your profile and will remain incomplete. Go ahead and select Submit and select that yes, we would like to submit. Once our information has been properly submitted, we will be returned back to the dashboard. Below here, we can see that the student authorization form that we just filled out has been submitted and needs review by our admissions team. Following the next form, let's go ahead and fill out our emergency contact information. Here we're brought back to a page that is very similar to the one we were just on, with very similar steps as well. We're going to go ahead and click on the provided link to access into a different window. Fill out the form thoroughly and submit it here. After submitting the form, we return to this page and click the Submit button so that the team can validate our information. Once it is reviewed, the submission will be marked as complete. Here we're brought to a page very similar to the one we were just on. However, the information here is a little different. Here we're required to give the emergency contact information of two parents or guardians for the student. In case of any incidents or accidents that happen on campus, this is the information we will need so that we can contact the parent or guardian directly. Here, we have filled out the necessary information for our contact. In this example, we had used the relationship for the mother and the dad as the primary contact. Now that we reviewed all the information here and we see that it is correct for our emergency contacts, we're going to go ahead and select Submit. Here, we can see that we can review our response and have to sign this information as well. Here, we're going to do what we did on the previous form by entering our name here and our email address. If you receive this error message again, it just means that we need you to go into your email and select the verification URL once more. Here we went through our email and we were able to select the verification URL to open us a page very similarly to the one we had previously. Here we can go ahead and see our e-signature record. We can also see that we had signed everything and that everything is correct. I'd recommend to save this page as well as the previous one that we have done. Everything here looks good, but we must go ahead and complete step 3 once again by going back to our portal dashboard. Here we can see that it seems that nothing has been submitted. Well, that's because we need to click Submit once more. By selecting Yes, we have decided that the previous page with all of our correct information can be recorded and documented as emergency contact information for our admissions team. Once again, we will be brought back to our dashboard, and if we scroll down, we can see that our emergency contact information, as we just done, is also a need by review for our admissions team. Now that we've done a couple forms, let's go ahead and do our insurance card. For this, we need to make sure that what we upload is both the front and the back of the insurance card. Otherwise, our team will not be able to successfully review it. We're going to go ahead and select Edit, and we'll be brought back to this page. Here, we're going to add an insurance copy to our upload section below. You can do so by opening up your folder of your computer, grabbing the file that you need to upload, and simply dropping it into the gray dotted box. Give this a few minutes to let it successfully upload, and we can see here that it has been 100% uploaded. Sometimes an error while uploading file will commence, but we can go ahead and see that we have correctly uploaded the file here. Once we see that we have successfully uploaded the file, we can go ahead and select Submit. If for any reason that you did not upload the correct file, there unfortunately is no way to delete it. However, you can add up another file. Simply go into your file folder again, select the item that you do need, and drop it in. We can see here that I have uploaded the insurance card twice, but there is no way to delete it. And that's okay. Our team is able to review the information correctly. Once we see that we have submitted the file, go ahead and select Submit. Once we have been able to upload correctly, we're going to be brought back to our dashboard. We can see here that the insurance card for front and back has been submitted and is under review for our admissions team. Here we are brought to the page that we can upload our own immunization record, or we can download a template provided by Summer Springboard. On this page, we're going to be able to upload our immunization record. For this record, you are able to use your own documentation that you may have on file, or you can download our template and you'd be able to fill out your information here. If you are using our immunization record, it is important to note that for our Yale and our Duke program, we do require a physician's signature. It must be a signature, it cannot be a stamp, and has to be signed by a professional. For our other programs, this requirement is not needed. Once we have filled out our template, or we're using our own documentation, we can go ahead and open our folder, click the form that we want to submit once more, and drop it into our file box once again. Here we can see that immunization record has been completed and submitted. If the wrong file has been uploaded, simply go back to the file that you wish to upload, drag and drop it into the box once again, and we can see that it has been filled here. Once the immunization record has been documented, go ahead and select Submit. Bringing us back to our dashboard, we are able to see here by scrolling down that our immunization record is submitted and available for review by the team. We have now completed all the general forms needed for our programs. If you have additional forms, such as the flight itinerary or related to your student's airport pickup and drop off transportation service with Summer Springboard, we can go ahead and go over that now. Scrolling down here, we can go ahead and see that we do need a copy of our flight itinerary. This is required for any residential student who has purchased optional pickup or drop off services. If your student has not opted into this program at all, you do not need to fill out this form. Here we're brought to our itinerary. Here we're going to complete the following steps. We're going to add our flight itinerary copy to the upload section below. Clicking submit, and then we can review our submitted file once it's been synced in the system. There is no template for the download. By selecting this, you're simply going to be brought back to the dashboard. So let's go ahead and go back to our itinerary page, as we're going to open up our documents again by selecting the itinerary needed for this and dragging it back into the box. Here it will take a few minutes to sync up. By uploading our itinerary and selecting submit, we can see here now that our itinerary has been submitted and is under review for our team. If for any reason that the wrong document was uploaded, please get in contact with your admissions advisor and we will be able to adjust that information accordingly to new information that you provide. Now that we've gone ahead and uploaded a copy of our itinerary that is submitted and needs review, let's scroll down and input our flight itinerary needed for this information, because it is required for any residential student who has purchased an optional pickup or dropped off service. If this information is on your program portal, but your student is not signed up for the pickup or drop off service for Summer Springboard, do not input any information here. Here we're brought to a new web page. This form is only for those who are already elected for any of our airport transfer services. If you have not yet elected for any of our airport transfer services, you must do so first before completing this form. Please ensure that the flight details you provide are aligned with the flight window provided for our campus. Please verify you understand and accept you're completing this form as a part of the paid airport shuttle service that Summer Springboard offers. You do not need to complete this form if you are making independent arrangements for your student to get to and from the airport and campus for their respective program. If you submit this form and their respective airport shuttle service has not yet been charged to your account, it will be done so using the primary credit card on file in the Summer Springboard portal. Once you have gone through the necessary form steps for that page, go ahead and come back to your dashboard here. Once that information has been submitted, you're going to have to go ahead and select submit one more time, as we're going to ensure for our review team that this information is now going to be synced and able to be reviewed for your enrollment. Scrolling down here, we can see that our itinerary has been submitted and is available for review. We have now submitted all the necessary documents for our residential student that you're having trouble with or you did not see in this tutorial. Please feel free to give our admissions team a call. 858-760-5660, and we will be able to help you. Thank you for watching. We hope that this was helpful, and we cannot wait for your student to join us on campus this summer.